everyone, welcome to the Leopard channel. Across vast stretches of Africa, hordes of monkeys and baboons are wreaking havoc on farmlands, devouring harvests and driving desperate farmers to the edge. With hunters on their trail and locals fiercely guarding their hard-earned yields, this escalating clash grows fiercer by the season. It's a raw tale of grit, showdowns, and a relentless battle to safeguard what's rightfully theirs. As the first light creeps over South Africa's eastern cape, a heavy mist clings to the cornfields around Tabo, wrapping everything in a ghostly hush. Then, without warning, a band of primates storms in, shattering the calm. Sleek vervet monkeys zip through the branches, grabbing ripe produce and vanishing like shadows. But this is no one-off hassle, it's full-on warfare. Armed with smarts that rival our own, these baboons and monkeys plunder crops, swipe supplies from pantries, and even ransack houses throughout the continent, racking up millions in losses for growers every year. Down in Cape Town, they're bold enough to barge into kitchens and flip garbage cans upside down, leaving neighborhoods in total disarray. For Tabo, a third-generation farmer scratching out a living on the African plains, the damage hits hard, wiping out nearly a third of his crop in one brutal season and costing him thousands in lost income. It's a raw, age-old clash fueled by these primates' sharp wits. They share about 94% of our human DNA, and a relentless push of farms and urban sprawl that shrunk their wild spaces. These clever raiders hit with surgical accuracy, ramping up the frustration for locals. Heck, even a seasoned hunter from Montana made the trek to Africa, chasing the thrill of outsmarting such sly opponents. But baboons and vervet monkeys aren't your average targets. Their smarts and tactics make them a real test for any marksman. Around Adu, some guided hunts let you bag one for as low as $20. But don't be fooled, this is no walk in the park. Armed with rifles, groups stalk quietly through the tall savanna grass, zeroing in only on the pesky invaders and crop thieves that have gotten too bold around farms and villages. They stick to the rules religiously, keeping a solid 164-foot buffer from the troop and picking off just the alpha types to avoid throwing the ecosystem out of whack. In parts of Africa, standard tactics like controlled hunting or simple deterrence just don't cut it for dealing with troublesome primates. That's where relocation steps in as a kinder option, though it's no walk in the park. At the Adu Wildlife Conservancy, teams partner with local growers like Tabo to humanely trap and move baboons and vervet monkeys that wreak havoc on farms. They set up baited traps with fresh fruit to lure the animals in, then transport them far enough away to give everyone some breathing room. Fingers crossed they stay put. It's a compassionate approach, but it's got its hurdles, and folks like Tabo aren't fully convinced it'll hold up over time. So put yourself in Tabo's position. How would you tackle a full-blown primate problem on your land? In South Africa, hunting baboons can ease the pain of ruined crops and lost livestock, but it stirred up a real storm. Groups like Baboon Matters push back hard, warning that it could decimate baboon numbers and throw ecosystems out of whack. And the laws got teeth too. Under rules like the National Environmental Management Act, farmers have to jump through hoops to get approval for drastic steps, or they risk hefty fines. Striking a balance between the massive economic hit to people's livelihoods, often running into millions of dollars, and the push for wildlife conservation is no easy feat. Local communities find themselves torn between the harsh realities of putting food on the table and the moral questions surrounding how we handle our natural world, all while navigating this tough tug of war between everyday human needs and safeguarding the environment for future generations. Hello everyone. Welcome back to the wild, where the chase for rogue boars plays out like a high-stakes thriller. Every second pulses with adrenaline, heart-pounding ambushes, and split-second showdowns that test the grit of those who stand in the beast's path. These hunters aren't just fighting for sport. They're defending crops, restoring calm, and protecting entire communities from chaos. Do they have the skill and nerve to stop these rampaging animals before it's too late? Buckle up, because we're diving straight into the action. The real drama kicks off at first light. In the Kenyan wilderness, Humane, a seasoned hunter, guides his team to a strategic ambush spot at 6 a.m. The air is thick with anticipation as they crouch in silence, every sense on high alert. Suddenly, a faint rustle cuts through the quiet. A massive wild boar steps into view, snout low, oblivious to the danger. In one fluid motion, Humane raises his rifle, steadies his aim, and fires. The shot cracks through the dawn, dropping the beast in an instant. Its menace ended with surgical precision. In the rugged hills of Savo, Dan and his team execute a flawless ambush. They roll up in an off-road vehicle, quickly tucking themselves behind a jagged rock formation. Eyes sharp, they scan the distant slope for any sign of their quarry. A wild boar emerges, rooting aggressively through the earth. His sharp fingers steady on the trigger. A single, clean shot rings out, and the boar collapses instantly, neutralized before it can wreak havoc on nearby creatures. It's a display of precision and teamwork that leaves no room for error. Meanwhile, in the sparse wilds of Poland, Victor, a battle-hardened hunter, stalks with ghost-like silence. Binoculars in hand, he settles into a strategic vantage point, eyes scouring the underbrush for the elusive boars of Bloa. These animals are clever, always on high alert. Suddenly, a boar explodes from the thicket, tearing across the terrain. Victor remains ice cool, dropping into position with his rifle already tracking the beast's path. His shots are deliberate, each one closing the gap with lethal accuracy. The boar falls, a testament to Victor's razor-sharp skill and unshakable focus. In the pre-dawn haze along the Sierra Moore forest edge, Javier guides his crew through a quiet, grassy expanse. They fan out, encircling the field as their hunting dogs sniff out faint trails. A sudden, sharp bark pierces the stillness, pinpointing the target. Javier's sharpshooter steadies himself, eyes fixed on a rustling bush. A wild boar erupts from cover, charging wildly, but a single, steady shot drops it cold, a masterclass in precision that safeguards the nearby crops. As twilight cloaks the Hordbegi region, Arthur's team locks down a vulnerable rice field, cutting off every exit. The air grows tense when frantic barking erupts near a checkpoint. A hulking wild boar barrels through a narrow gap, desperate for freedom. Arthur's squad reacts with lethal focus. Crisp gunfire slices through the dusk, stopping the beast in its tracks. It collapses in the dirt, another hard-won triumph in their relentless mission to protect the land. Wild boars are relentless wrecking balls, tipping the scales at up to 300 pounds with tusks that slice like knives. They rampage through farmlands, maul livestock, and rack up millions in damages every year. Useless against their brute force. The only way to stop these invaders is to take the fight to them, hunting them down in their own domains, swamps thick with mud or forests choked with underbrush. It takes grit and guts to face these beasts head-on, and only the hardiest hunters answer the call. In the heart of Boar country, the stakes climb higher. Bernie's team moves in, backed by a pack of sharp-eyed hunting dogs trained to track and They navigate a treacherous stretch of towering grass, where danger lurks in every shadow. Barely 10 minutes in, the dogs erupt in a frenzy of barks, alerting the crew to a massive boar charging from the thicket. Gunfire cracks through the air, precise and rapid, dropping the beast into the tangled grass. With no time to celebrate, Bernie signals the team to push forward, already locked on the trail of their next target. From a high ridge, the team peers through binoculars, scanning a herd rummaging across the forest floor below. A single, booming shot splits the silence, sending one boar crashing down as the others scatter in chaos. Deep in a tangled palm thicket, Bernie stalks his prey with laser focus. A hulking boar lumbers out from behind a gnarled trunk, and Bernie's rifle snaps up. His shot is flawless, felling the beast with surgical accuracy. The swamp's perilous terrain, muddy, unforgiving, and teeming with hazards, pushes these hunters to their limits, demanding grit and pinpoint skill. Each calculated ambush is a step toward reclaiming the land, a bold stand against the chaos these creatures unleash. This video is for educational and awareness purposes. All scenes adhere to local laws and ethical hunting guidelines. Hello everyone. Today we're tackling a wild issue that's making headlines: invasive monkey populations. These crafty primates are wreaking havoc, causing millions in damages each year by tearing through crops and properties across the globe. From farmers to city dwellers, people are feeling the pinch, and wildlife experts, along with local authorities, are scrambling to get a handle on it. But how effective are the current control measures? And where do we draw the line on ethical wildlife management? Stick with us as we dive deep into this hairy situation and uncover what's at stake. Be sure to follow along for more updates on conservation and wildlife challenges. In the vibrant historic city of Leopard, Thailand, a once charming attraction has turned into a full-blown crisis. Macaque monkeys, previously a draw for tourists, have taken over streets, homes, and businesses in their relentless quest for food. Locals are fed up, their daily lives upended by these bold invaders who think nothing of raiding kitchens or storefronts. Things took a turn for the chaotic when a gang of 200 monkeys stormed a police station, leaving officers no choice but to hunker down inside. Beyond the property damage, these primate invasions are piling on environmental headaches, from littered streets to polluted waterways. It's a mess, and Leopard's residents are